Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And it appears to me that Raw just can't get back to, the mediocrity goal that they have. They so desperately want to try to get that fucking 3.0, a rating that's not even that great by their past standards, but they're setting their goals high like a lot of people do, not just WWE, but that's basically not setting yourself up for success. That's setting yourself up for failure. Now, 2 weeks ago, The Rock was there. They got a 2.93. Then last week, I believe it was like a 2.36, 2.35. It fell. And all it did was go up a little bit, 2.65. And Bryan retired on this show, which makes it fucking pathetic. The fact that the most popular wrestler, without a fucking doubt, nobody gets cheers like Bryan. Look at that retirement speech. During that speech, people appreciated that man like no other. They weren't even like that for Edge. They weren't even like that for even fucking Shawn Michaels, for God fucking sakes. Nobody got a bigger reaction than Bryan. People like to downplay it in the YWC, but, people nowadays, I don't know, they turn their brains off. You got people, even my age here in the YWC, that like to pretend like they haven't watched the past and that the past wasn't that great and whatever it is. But it just shows that you can't load up 3 hours with fucking bullshit. Put some Bryan highlights in there, and then put the Bryan thing at the end of the show. Now, I like how they made Bryan's retirement the most important thing on the show. I was thinking about criticizing that in my Raw review, putting all storylines and everything, on the back burner in favor of this. But then I thought to myself, Bryan gave WWE a type of popularity that, they'll probably never see again with a guy. If they treated this guy the right way and they didn't treat him like fucking shit and try to, nip at his heels the fucking second that he got the WWE title, maybe, just maybe, the guy could have grown to unprecedented heights. I'm not saying he would have been Stone Cold, The Rock, or Hulk Hogan, but he could have got close, at least fucking halfway. By my estimation, he was almost halfway there. The guy was popular, but they didn't promote him the right way. Bryan, once again, he did everything himself and with the fans. So, in a way, if you're watching this video and you're a Bryan fan, give yourself a hand, just like Bryan said. If you're somebody who sees true talent and somebody who's truly deserving. See, that's the thing. It wasn't like Bryan oozed charisma or anything, but something about the guy made him very likable. He had an aura around him, and that's because he's a fucking decent human being. He's an incredible human being. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the ratings. And that's the thing. You can't expect to get big-time ratings just because of some guy's retirement. Okay, I think that they knew about this retirement for a while now. Otherwise, like I said, I ain't fucking stupid. Otherwise, Brie Bella wouldn't be getting a Divas title shot if it wasn't for fucking Bryan retiring. And she was set up for that match last week. So, I really fucking doubt that they didn't already notice ahead of time. That's why I was saying you really can't fucking blame me for believing that it was an angle or something to that effect. But it wasn't. I was wrong, obviously. But, they can't keep doing these 3-hour Raws. I mean, look at this fucking show. Besides the Brock stuff, they got nothing else going for them. Dolph Ziggler and Owens for the fucking 1000th time with a stupid ass fucking finish that makes no sense. I mean, this is the best that they could do. Of course it's not the best they could fucking do. Obviously they could do 10 times better, but they ain't gonna do that. Why? Because they're fucking lazy and they don't want to try, and they are so desperate playing it safe. They're still playing it fucking safe, even to the fucking point that the ratings still continue to have this fucked up trend of going up when they do something half decent, and they go down the minute that they don't, or it's not quite as good. So, I don't really know. The WWE is not taking any suggestions, obviously, for anybody. They're not really looking to get better. They make a Rock appearance here and there like they've never done that before, and a guy retired. They're not going to have guys retiring every single week. But, they got to do fucking something to stimulate this show. And Triple H win the world title. I don't know how the fuck they think that was going to bode well for them. Why would they think a guy that didn't drive ratings up fucking 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, why would it work now? Why would it work today? And you still see Triple H on the show, and he barely even seems like he's the champion. Coming out here and there and everything, doesn't even feel like a fucking champion. Have him come out there and wrestle in tag matches. At least try to promote him as the fucking world champion. If you're gonna have him as champion, at least do that. At least fucking do that, for God fucking sakes. But once again, no. They don't even go the extra mile. It's like an extra mile. It's not even anything to fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Triple H is fresh as a daisy. He hasn't wrestled in a fucking long time. He hasn't wrestled since he wrestled fucking Sting. That's a long fucking time. I think he's overdue for another match. If this guy is going to be a fucking talent and have the world title. I mean, he ain't, what is he, not going to wrestle until WrestleMania? That's of course what he's going to fucking do. So, I hope they're not surprised by these ratings. I wouldn't be surprised if McMahon doesn't understand that the man's fucking delusional at this point in his life. He was once a genius. He once knew what he was doing, but now quite apparently he doesn't know, because the ratings wouldn't be this way. If he understood what people wanted to see, and they didn't want to see this fucking phony ass bullshit, then it probably would have ended up, it wouldn't have ended up this way, Anyway, yeah. 2.65 for a man's retirement. It's nothing against Daniel Bryan. It probably would have been a lot lower if it wasn't for him, but people are not going to stay tuned. When Daniel Bryan comes out, 5 after 11 here in New York, most people are not going to fucking stay tuned that long to see a retirement. If anything, they catch it on YouTube. They'll catch it on the internet. They'll, check on it on their phone or some fucking shit. They ain't going to sit there through all those boring matches and all those poor excuses for storylines and feuds. All right, motherfuckers. The ratings continue to drop.